Hello, and a warm welcome back to our channel, dear viewers. We are truly delighted to have you join us again on this journey to discover new and fascinating stories. Today, let's follow the footsteps of an incredibly skilled and creative man who has devoted his time and effort to building a unique wooden cabin right in the heart of a pristine forest. Every plank of wood, every nail is carefully crafted by his own hands, showcasing his remarkable talent, patience, and deep love for nature. We invite you to immerse yourself in this peaceful atmosphere, witness the entire building process, and feel the rustic charm and magic of living close to the wilderness. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out on any of our upcoming adventures. After spending several days carefully gathering, selecting, and preparing all the necessary materials, from sturdy wooden beams to nails, hammers, and other essential tools, he began the most critical phase of his project, laying the foundation for the house. This initial step determines the strength and stability of the entire structure, so he meticulously measured the ground, leveled the soil, and positioned each wooden post with great care and precision. Each post was driven deep into the earth and firmly connected to create a solid framework that would support the rest of the cabin. With the foundation securely in place, he was ready to move on to the next stages of building his dream wooden house in the heart of the forest. Once the sturdy foundation was in place, he moved on to the next crucial phase, erecting the tall wooden posts that would form the main framework of the entire cabin. Each timber beam was carefully selected and treated to resist pests and weathering, ensuring durability in the harsh forest environment. He measured every distance with precision, aligning each pillar so that the framework would stand straight, balanced, and strong. This skeleton of solid wood would determine the shape and resilience of the cabin for years to come. Under his skillful and patient hands, the wooden frame slowly rose amidst the green forest, blending harmoniously with nature and creating a sense of warmth and simplicity. Building this framework required not only physical strength, but also meticulous attention to detail and careful planning, as every joint and connection needed to fit perfectly to support the next stages of construction. With the sturdy main post firmly in place, he moved on to the next vital stage, constructing the roof frame. Each beam and rafter was carefully measured, cut, and hoisted up high, then secured piece by piece to form the supportive skeleton that would hold the roof. This step required not only physical strength, but also remarkable precision, as every angle and joint needed to align perfectly to ensure proper drainage, structural integrity, and resistance to wind and rain. In the quiet embrace of the forest, the sound of hammers striking wood and saws cutting through timber mingle with birdsong, painting a simple yet inspiring picture of craftsmanship and dedication. One by one, the wooden pieces lock together, forming a solid framework ready to be covered, transforming the bare skeleton of the cabin into a true shelter nestled deep within nature. As the framework of the cabin gradually took shape, he turned his thoughts to creating a warm, inviting space for cooking and gathering deep in the forest. He decided to build a rustic stone fireplace inside his wooden house with his own hands. Carefully, he searched for sturdy stones of suitable shapes and sizes, carried them back one by one, cleaned them, and skillfully stacked them together to form a strong, stable hearth. He filled the gaps with clay to retain the heat and prevent smoke from escaping into the cabin. This stone fireplace would not only serve as a place to cook daily meals, but also become a cozy corner that brings warmth, light, and a sense of togetherness after a long day of work. In that simple, rustic space, the soft crackling of burning firewood and the gentle aroma of wood smoke created a comforting atmosphere, connecting him more deeply with the untouched wilderness around him. Once the main frame and roof were completed, he turned his attention to preparing the walls, which would be built using natural materials found in the forest. He quietly roamed through the woods, gathering bundles of dry grass, large leaves, and patches of moss that grew abundantly on rocks and old tree trunks. He carefully selected soft, flexible grasses that were easy to weave, while the moss had to be slightly moist yet dense enough to provide insulation. Instead of using plain wooden planks alone, he came up with a clever idea to combine sturdy wood with layers of dry grass, bringing warmth and a stronger connection to nature. He carefully chose wooden boards of suitable sizes, fitting them tightly together to create the main frame of the wall. Between the wooden panels, he skillfully inserted thick layers of grass, pressing and packing them firmly into every gap. Instead of using plain wooden planks alone, he came up with a clever idea to combine sturdy wood with layers of dry grass, bringing warmth and a stronger connection to nature. He carefully chose wooden boards of suitable sizes, fitting them tightly together to create the main frame of the wall. Between the wooden panels, he skillfully inserted thick layers of grass, pressing and packing them firmly into every gap. After many days of tirelessly erecting posts, fitting crossbeams, and carefully adding each detail piece by piece, the framework of the wooden house gradually took shape amidst a wild forest landscape. From the sturdy posts deeply anchored in the earth to the beams that crisscrossed to form the sloping roof, and the cleverly attached wall sections, all came together to outline the clear figure of a humble shelter nestled within vast nature. Under his patient hands and his genuine passion for building, every piece of wood, grass, and stone was joined with care, giving life to a rustic yet lively structure. As the frame rose among the green canopy, with sunlight streaming through the gaps, one could feel the quiet promise of a simple, peaceful life in harmony with the forest all around. Once the sturdy frame was complete, he moved on to the next crucial step, covering the roof. He had prepared large leaves, bundles of dry grass carefully sun-dried, or thin wooden planks he had smoothed by hand, all ready to become protective layers against the weather. Each leaf, bundle of grass, or plank was chosen with care to provide good rain protection and effective insulation, keeping the cabin dry and warm during cold days and comfortably cool when the sun was high. He decided to decorate the edges of the roof with small round wooden discs, neatly cut from branches he found in the forest. Each piece was carefully trimmed and smooth, preserving the natural grain and rings of the wood, then fixed along the roof's border. These round wooden accents not only added a charming, handmade touch, but also helped protect the edges of the roof from wind and rain erosion. This living layer didn't just add a rustic, enchanting look. It also helped to retain moisture and regulate the cabin's temperature, keeping the interior cool during hot days and warm through the chill of winter nights. When morning dew settled, droplets of water glistened on the soft green carpet under the sunlight, turning the roof into a living part of the forest landscape. With the sturdy walls finished and the moss-covered roof in place, he carefully turned his attention to the finer details that would make the cabin truly complete, and crafting the window frame was one of the most important parts. He chose solid, smooth wooden beams, planed and treated to prevent warping or rotting over time. Each piece was precisely measured and cut to fit perfectly into the space he had left open in the wall. After building the sturdy wooden window frame, he decided to take it a step further by fitting simple glass panes into the window, giving his rustic cabin a touch of practicality and comfort. He carefully sourced old but intact pieces of glass, cleaning them thoroughly so that clear daylight could shine through unobstructed. Once the frame, roof, and windows were all completed to perfection, he moved on to one final but crucial step, crafting a solid wooden front door for his small cabin deep in the forest. He carefully selected sturdy planks with beautiful natural grains, ensuring they were properly dried to prevent warping or insect damage over time. Right in front of his cozy wooden cabin nestled in the forest, he set aside a spacious patch of open ground to create a warm, inviting outdoor living area. There, he built a simple yet charming porch roof made from wooden beams and forest leaves, extending out from the front of the cabin to provide shelter from sun and rain while opening up a perfect space for relaxation. Before putting up the very first support post for his wooden cabin in the forest, he took plenty of time to carefully measure each log he had cut and prepared beforehand. Using a simple rope and a handmade wooden ruler, he marked the length and height, making sure every post would be equal in size and fit perfectly with the plan he had sketched out in his mind. He turned each log over, checked for rough bark or knots, trimmed away uneven edges, and treated the wood to prevent rot when it was driven into the ground. He didn't just measure the posts themselves, but also calculated the exact distance between each one so that once erected, they would stand strong, support the weight of the entire structure, and connect firmly to each other. Each sturdy post was set upright, anchored firmly into pre-dug holes, and reinforced with stones and packed earth to keep them steady. Once the main posts were secured, he lifted and fitted cross beams to connect them, gradually forming a solid wooden skeleton strong enough to bear the weight of the roof and walls to come. The steady rhythm of hammering and the soft thud of wood meeting wood echoed through the quiet forest, blending with bird song and the whisper of the leaves. A simple but beautiful symphony of hands-on work and nature's calm. Under his patient, skillful hands, the frame slowly rose, standing tall and firm in the clearing, already carrying the promise of a warm shelter ready to protect him from the wild elements. Once the sturdy wooden frame stood strong in the forest clearing, he moved on to the next crucial task, finishing the solid roof that would truly transform the frame into a safe, sheltered haven amid the wilderness. He carefully arranged layers of large leaves, bundles of dry grass, or thin wooden shingles he had prepared beforehand, overlapping them along the sloped beams so that rainwater could run off easily without collecting on top. Building these stone walls required hard work and careful balance. A single misplaced rock could throw the whole wall off. But with steady hands and quiet determination, the rustic, solid stone wall slowly rose, wrapping around the wooden frame like a natural suit of armor. Each stone, with its unique shape and earthy color, sat snugly beside the next, creating a rustic but beautiful wall that blended seamlessly into the green surroundings. Beside the porch, the outdoor stone fireplace he had painstakingly built was also finished. Large, flat stones were stacked into a circular or square shape, leaving a vent for air and a space to feed in the firewood. When lit, the crackling fire cast a warm glow across the porch and flickered against the stone walls, turning the simple corner into a cozy, inviting hearth. Now, as night falls over the forest, he can sit beside the sturdy stone fire pit, listen to the soft crackle of burning wood, sip a hot cup of tea, and look at his cabin, a blend of wood and stone, strong and simple, standing resilient amid the wild. All his effort and patience had come together to create a humble but solid home. After countless days of raising sturdy wooden beams, stacking stones by hand, thatching the roof with leaves, layering it with soft green moss, and perfecting every small detail, his unique forest hideaway finally stood complete. This rustic blend of wood and stone was more than just a shelter against sun and rain. It was a place into which he poured all his effort, patience, and deep love for nature. From the carefully laid stone walls and the moss-covered roof, to the sunlit glass window frames and the flickering stone hearth on the porch, every part came together to create a warm, peaceful, and beautifully crafted retreat. As night fell over the forest, the soft glow of the fire danced on the walls. The mossy beams glowed gently under the flickering light, and the whole cabin felt like a living part of the wild.